Yes.
When you look at this school, Kigezi High School, it is one of the most clean schools. It has a green atmosphere. Does that contribute to the general well-being of the school or the success of the school? Or tell us how you managed to implement that?
Yeah. So our development plan has that hygiene and cleanliness. That is one of the objectives of our development plan. And I want you to get to know that a student who is in a clean environment is not destructive, because sometimes if you see something organized, naturally we are made that when you are dealing with an organized system, you yourself become organized. So it becomes like so contagious. So we do that with the aim of that these children grow up in an environment that is organized, because they are going to go out there in the community. They'll take up jobs, they will manage the economy, they will manage their families. So we do it, but there is a rationale for it. We want these children one day to be examples outside there where they are going. And secondly, it also helps us, because many people come to learn from us. So it is so beneficial even to others.
In the sector of sports and co-curricular, formerly, before 2019, the school was renowned in the sector of sports, especially football, where they were doing so well. But after you take over, the school has not been participating in these sports. Would like you to let the viewers know about your insights, like the structural developments you've made in the sector of sports, and let them know if the school is still participating in sports in this way or the other, and maybe why you stopped the school from participating in national post-primary games.
It is not true we stopped the sport, but we somehow even enriched the curriculum, because there are these games that used to excite our children here, and they would cause problems. And at that time, the boy put a hold on them like football. But we have over the years introduced lots of sport here, especially indoor games, and we are always going to the nationals to compete with other schools. I can give you an example. We have lacrosse, we do basketball, we do woodball, we do beach soccer, and very many others. And this is what I'm talking about. They concern boys and girls. So instead we have increased the scope of sporting. And when we are outside, we represent the school first of all, but also we aim at talent development. And I think we are even breaking the history of the past. For the first time, we maybe for in the 10 years, our sport recently managed to qualify to go to East Africa, lacrosse.
Oh, that's wow.
So I think we do sporting, first of all, to ensure that the physical fitness of our children is high, but also for when they're outside, they always riding shoulders with their counterparts in other schools and sharing experience.
Would you inform us, help us know how you manage to balance the sports sector and also the same students who are in sports? How do they manage to also balance their books back in class? Does sports usually collide with their books in class? Does it affect them?
For us as a girls' high school, we have our program, because from 8 o'clock in the morning up to 6 in the evening. Everything is programmed. So there's time to go to class and you do your work. There's time for sport, because sporting is after 5. And in fact, for sporting after 5, almost every child goes down. Even some of them are doing their informal sporting. They're running around, and because we are lucky, we have a sports facility inside the school. So we don't expect collision or sports affecting our students. And so that's what we do. So for us, we don't do like if children are to train, they train during classes. That one is not here. We don't have that culture. You train within the sporting time.
That's Kigezi time.
Yeah.
You have told us the school managed to send a team to East African Games. Do you tell us which kind of sport is going to participate in East African Games, and how you managed to maneuver through to East African Games?
Yeah, the one that will be lacrosse, and of course we shall, first of all, we are training, but also secondly, we shall try to see how we seek funding, because it is very expensive to go. One that we have sent at the East African level is debating. Debating, they have a small team because they have teams of 33, so it was very easy for us to send it last time, and they came back. Actually, they did well. So basically, going to the national level and the East African level, first of all, requires funding, but also training, which I think we shall always able to do when we qualify to go to those levels.
In the sector of technology and innovation, this school has been making major strides of improvement. We've seen the school participate in national coding, where it managed to secure, I guess, second place. We have seen the school participate in robotics, where it is doing so well. Would you insight us more about the role of technology and innovation in the general running and the academic development of the students?
Yeah, generally the role of technology and innovation is immense. These children, they are very curious, and once an idea is exposed to them, they want to dig deeper and do better. We are grateful to one of our students who does in robotics and other issues, and who has been helping our students and also our teachers. Some of our teachers are so good in robotics, in science, and they have already supported our children. And what we observe right now is, if I find a senior 2 student doing coding as if this person has done degrees, and we are so grateful because we have always witnessed that. So this technology is not about how many academic levels one has done. I've seen those junior boys and girls doing greatly. So maybe what I would mention is, as a school, we shall continue to support science and innovation in school, so that when they get out, they are able to add more and more to their skill, to their curiosity, and also equipping their teachers. I know with time, this thing will have an impact, not only here at the Kigezi High School, but to the entire community.
What advice would you give to other schools which haven't started participating in these coding programs, which haven't started impacting technology in their schools by telling them how you see technology shaping education?
Yeah, maybe mine would be to encourage them other schools, because we have an arrangement called Science Fair, which is always organized by ASHU. So I would that all schools we 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 have our science fair in schools, and students at all levels should participate. We also have ICT club, which was incorporated in our schools. Every school should have an ICT club, but some schools are not yet there to take up the ICT club. But it's very, very important that every school has an ICT club. Now, it is through these clubs, the ICT club, the science club, we can even have the robotics club, like here we have robotics club. These clubs are very, very important because these are out of class sessions, which you cannot say I have it on the timetable, but it is in these clubs where children, first of all, will have hands-on, will train, and this will enhance their curiosity.
Yes, Kigezi High School has a water pumping project whereby all the water used in this school is generated from the school itself. The school no longer buys water from national water. Would like you, Headteacher Kigezi High School, to tell us how this project of water pumping, the water pumping project was conceived and the impact it has had on the school.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are so grateful to the Ministry of Water and Natural Environment for giving us this project. And as a school, I think we have been helped because formerly we used to have pit latrines, but now we are migrating to waterborne toilets. This water has been extended to the staff quarters, and now they get free water. We try to do a few things like irrigating a few crops wherever we can have them in the compound, the grading, the hygiene, and the cleanliness. So as a school, this water has put us to another level. Because it has made life easier, where our children shower from. Sometimes they don't need to carry basins or buckets. You just go in the shower and then you wash your body. So I think all this has changed everything. Actually, has changed what is happening here. And the students don't waste time because we have short time. We don't have time. So all this, we are grateful to government of the Republic of Uganda for funding this project.
Would you tell us more of the infrastructure developments apart from the water pumping project, other infrastructure developments you've had in this school?
Yeah, there are so many. Maybe since after COVID, our development plan, strategic development plan, has many things that we have to do for the next 5 years, but we have achieved a lot ever since COVID struck. After COVID, we started a girls' dormitory, a twin dormitory that is self-contained. So there we have 2 houses that are completed, Hannah and Ruthie. Then we have had a waterborne toilet around the school chapel for girls. We have had the waterborne toilets of the boys around the assembly hall renovated. We also have the waterborne toilets of the girls in the girls' wing renovated. Then we have had to pave the upper school because we used to be in dust and mud. So we have had that one renovated. Yeah, we used to have that incomplete building, so outside. So it was we had to complete it and put furniture. Right now, we are working on the extension of the DH, which is not yet complete, because the old one could not have able to serve our population right now. So we're extending the dining so that we can have meals in the time that we have, because we take meals in 1 hour. Yes.
Kigezi High School is one of the few schools that have maintained the school farms where they have animals, say cattle, pigs, and they also grow crops on these farms. To tell us how these school farms have managed to sustain the school, either to saving money for the school, or if these farms generate income for the school.
Yeah, you're right. Our school farm is there and has generally animals and crops. Animals will have cows, and then we have dairy cows, and then we have pigs, and then a few crops. We recently introduced fish farming, and the cardinal role of this farm is educational purposes, because agriculture is one of our key subjects that we have on our curriculum, and it has ably done that. Sometimes these learners, even with the introduction of the new curriculum, they have to do a few things and be monitored as their project. So this farm is helping us a great deal. But also this farm, we earn income from milk and other products of the farm. And it is at the level of self-sustenance, and also having some profit out of it. And right now, I want to work on having it more commercialized, because it is a big farm. We have a feeling that when you have better breeds of cows, then we have better breeds of pigs, and better varieties of crops grown, it can make more income. So that is our way forward, and as regard the farm is concerned.
Yes. Well, this is no news. This is factual. Kigezi High School has one of the strongest meal timetables, where the students have one of the best meals throughout the term. Mr. Headmaster, would like you to tell us, why do you prioritize a strong meal timetable for your students?
Yeah, when I was beginning, I told you that the parameters of school development are 4, and one of the parameters is welfare. So you cannot teach a hungry child.
Yes.
Or someone who is undernourished. That one is like pretense, because like our children who don't take breakfast, like ours take breakfast, and then they take break tea and lunch and the supper.
Those are 4 meals.
Those are 4 meals in a day. Imagine if you remove one of the meals, and then you want them to do the schedules that you expect them to do. Because if you see from 8 o'clock to 1, there's a lot of work we have to do. So it was wise for our parents and other stakeholders to ensure that we have 4 meals in a day. Because break tea is very important.
Yes.
We could not go without it. And so it helps us. Because children will concentrate every hour that you have in the day. Yeah.
Having a strong meal timetable, does it contribute to discipline and performance of students?
Yeah, it does. It does. Like ever since we introduced these meals, first of all, they look many, and sometimes we want to have better food prepared for the children. This is a deliberate effort, and sometimes you find indiscipline is as a result, like going to steal, sometimes is as a result of someone being hungry. So that one is already avoided automatically. So when we see how these children score termly, we see everyone is improving because they are better. They have water, they have for drinking, because they have down, we have water drinking points. Then up in school, we have. So I can tell you, welfare does a lot as far as discipline is concerned, and as far as academic achievement is concerned.
For the second year running, Kigezi High School has had patriotism training. Would you tell us the role of patriotism training in the general management of this school, and why do you prioritize patriotism training in this school?
Patriotism training is very, very important. First of all, by constitution, every Ugandan is supposed to go through patriotism training. Patriotism is love for yourself and love for your country. So if we have like 7 days someone training, first of all, they get skill, but secondly, their discipline improves. These topics that are done at this training are very deliberate, like love for yourself, love for Uganda, knowing Uganda itself, because most of us are assume, but we don't know Uganda. Then environment and mitigation of these other effects that affect climate. Then the history of our country, all this one is done. So for us, every time we see a progressive change in these children, and the encouragement, you see, we have a population that is alert, that their vibe is up.
Yeah, the vibe.
Yeah, they are up. They love themselves. They love their families. They have become creative. See, some of them at their level, they are still at school, but they have known that being at school is not enough. They have to have productive life at their homes.
Yes.
And by the way, even here, so if you call someone clean, they don't complain. They know every human being must be productive. Yes. And all this we have achieved through patriotism.
This school is well renowned for not being or establishing any rationale on the spiritual background of any student. Anglicans, Catholics, Muslims, they are all accepted in this school, and they study harmoniously with the rest. We see the school supports spiritualism among students, and I would like you to tell us, why do you think absorbing all students from different spiritual backgrounds and making sure students have spiritual values, how do you think it is important, and how does that shape the general performance, discipline, and the stay of a student in the school?
Yeah, the school, we don't support conservatism. We feel there is freedom of worship, and actually this also affects academic performance of our students. Then even learning how to because we learn for 3 factors. We learn to do, we learn to know, then we also learn how to live with each other. That is the 3 principles of learning. So now if you become segregative on religious basics, then we shall have compromised the principle number 3 of learning how to live with each other. That's why you see the system is accommodative. But I can say we are too religious. But the system is accommodative. And I think I'm very proud of that this school has maintained that over the years. Yeah, we have a Catholic chapel. Then we have the Protestant chapel. Then sometimes I see Muslims have always also admired to go and have Juma.
From the mosques.
Yeah, but not very frequently because of the nature of our programs. But once they have a special day, we always allow them to have their prayers. So this helps them, and they make better citizens. Because one thinking that these other people, they are not serving God, it is really a misplaced idea.
You have clearly told us there are clubs supporting the field of technology, but we equally know there are many students who are talented in different sectors, say writing or dancing or singing. Are they also catered for in some other clubs that the school have multiple clubs for all these other students?
Yeah, the school has so many clubs, and the Tuesday is our club day, and generally the school is made of clubs, and some of them are so practical. You can't believe there are those even who have saving schemes at school. There are those who want to go to the farm to do work. There is one, I think they are backsliding, but they had started supplying vegetables to school. Not cabbage. They used to grow local. They had started that. Yeah, so we have so many. There is one area that we are lacking. Here, I get to know that there is performing artists in the very community. The comedians,
Yes.
those ones used to push us a lot. For us, we are not catered for. But of recent, we even bought a brass band. So some of them have joined that one.
The brass band.
The brass band. So at least the musicians, the what will be there. And so I think the school, a few years ago, it was one of the most comprehensive schools in this country. Because it has the academic subjects and then the vocational.
Yes.
Yeah, vocational. Yeah, so we're also trying to tackle the performing artist area, such that all clubs that are supposed to be in the school, then we have them. Yeah, for the nurturing of our children.
Parents, students, teachers, they all believe you have a strong leadership philosophy. Enlighten us about the principles that govern your leadership philosophy and how you manage accountability.
Yeah, I think there's nothing special. I see the only difference is maybe is that we are so many here in the school. And I told you we have many stakeholders, and all of them are important. So I think the first aspect is identifying that every stakeholder is important. Because if one stakeholder doesn't do their part, they of course expect their role to be left out. So like our staff, I can say personally, I would want to identify what each of them can do best. Because you cannot measure up with them in some of the things. And when we deploy them to head different fields, they do it better. And the end result, of course, they praise one who is they are calling a leader. Yeah, so teamwork is what is ahead. Then identification of talent, and then allowing students to participate in management. Because these students, they know a lot. Sometimes their ideas are just to be streamlined, but the ideas are so important. I think that is what we have done a little bit differently, if I can say. It is a little what I don't know, but that's what we do. So when you see a system moving, all of a sudden the stakeholder has put a hand.
Yes.
When some stakeholders sleep off, weird, you can't achieve much. Yeah, so I think that's what we do. And the other thing, like in the admin I heard, I had talked about respect. So we respect ideas. You know, ideas are so many. But now when you close them out, then you lose a lot. Like these children you see, they have many things they do. When you go to their school council, they say many, many things, by the way, which you cannot do. But when we are drafting a strategic plan, you find most of the ideas now, the same ideas students say, are the ideas now we incorporate. So they help us a lot.
The school has a strong students body of leaders. How do you manage to absorb the student leaders in the general leadership of the school?
Yeah, we generally our system is like student biased. And actually, everything we do, we know the most important stakeholder is a student. So we ensure that even in communication, we use students to communicate. You can imagine if it is assembly, if there are 5 speakers, 3 out of 5 are student leaders. So you see that type of involvement. Now, if it is the supervision, if there are 7 people to supervise, 4 are students, then 3 are. So that is how we, first of all, it improves their leadership skills. They believe in the system. And for us, now we act as, I can say, to be part of their system. Because these are students. We have come here to teach students. We have not come here to teach ourselves. So even in the teaching, you can imagine what happens now, the new curriculum. A teacher is only a facilitator. They are no longer teachers. So things have changed. So students will go to class, wait for the teacher to facilitate them. So the traditional style of addressing students, teaching them, showing them how to do, that system ended. So generally, I think things are better, even because of the new curriculum. Because students know they have to do their things. Now who are you who has to teach them? There is no teaching. So we even apply that one in general administration. We feel students should take an upper hand, and then we do our part, but we know ideas students are hard. Then they participate in school running of the running of the school. For instance, if there is a bad habit in school, and you don't have the hand of the student leader's body, you can't stamp it out. You'll fail. They always give you a report that things are okay, when things are falling off. So it is up to you now to see how to make them run the school.
You have